Wow, hi guys. So yeah, here at the waterfall behind the King's house, which I can see directly behind the video camera over there, so it's not a big hike up. Yeah, probably 150 meters up the road behind the King's house, and then yeah, cut a right straight over to the waterfall. Very easy to find. I actually went up a bit further because I didn't know that, but now I do. I'll share it with you guys. So it's a really interesting day. Unfortunately, there's quite a lot of rain coming in, but the sun is popping out every now and then, so I'm going to stick here for a couple of hours and hope that we get some good conditions. Yeah, composition wise, you can see the waterfall here, and there's a nice rock just over here which is a lead in and also breaks the water as it goes around, which makes a lovely lead into the buckle, which is just in front of me over there. Don't know how exactly to pronounce it, so I'm guessing a lot of people say buckle, so I'm joining the crew. But it's so far I have it all to myself, which is surprising, although it is a Thursday, so perhaps, you know, people are working and doing their thing, family commitments, etc, etc. I'm lucky enough that I took a few days off work and took a adventure to Glencoe, which I'm really happy I did because the weather has been photographically awesome. But not so sure about today, but we'll give it our best shot. So yeah, I'll include the shots at the end of this video. So yeah, compositionally, I think I'm going to include this section here, and then have the buckle when it decides to reappear. I hope it will, but as a foreground element, this rock works really well, leading into the triangular elements of the waterfall, then up to hopefully the buckle. So actually it's a nice composition, and it's not flowing too quick today, so this gives a nice, yeah, flowing, gentle effect rather than a thundering waterfall. So we'll have to have a look, but the rain is just about to really come in hard. So I'm going to put my camera away and hide from the rain. So, but I'm going to stick it out. I'm not going to leave here for a couple of hours, and then we'll look at it from there. So, yeah. I will see you very soon. So while it's raining and generally horrible, I've put these rocks. They're super slippy. I've fallen over once. But anyway, yeah, while it's raining and I can't see the buckle, I was looking at this waterfall and actually thought there's quite a cool composition with the water flowing, and it's leaving a S-bend of water leading up to the waterfall. So I've completely lowered the camera so that I don't get any sky at all, so it just comes in above the rocks, and then I'll show you this S-bend. So pretty much that's my composition at about a quarter of a second. I think I'm at f13 ISO 64, so I think that actually works quite well. I can't really show you on the back of the camera, but basically imagine that S-bend leading up to the waterfall, which I think works quite well on a slow shutter speed. So yeah, I'll show that at the end of the video. Definitely a rainy day today. I think it's forecast all day now, and tomorrow's kind of similar, and then Saturday is meant to be a bit better, so is Sunday. So what I might do is stay here till Sunday if I can stick 4 days in the camper van, and then head back Sunday straight after Blue Hour, which will give me a 12-hour drive back. But yeah, I'll make the decision closer to the time. Well, it's cleared up a little bit. I definitely wouldn't say it's fantastic, but I can see the buckle now, and I'm a little bit knackered from climbing about everywhere, but so my composition has changed, and I've really emphasised the foreground boulder that's stuck in between this small section of waterfall, so I'll show you that. So it's a really strong foreground element leading out towards the buckle, and I've also placed the foreground element on the left hand side of the frame and the buckle on the right hand side of the frame, so to give a little bit of balance and also not have a completely central composition. So I'll kind of show you that. I've done, because the foreground element is so close, I've done 6 different focus stack points within the composition, so that we can have sharpness front to back. With a foreground element so close, simply wouldn't get complete depth of field even at f22, and at f22 you're going to get diffraction and what have you anyway. So I've stuck to about f11 to f14, quarter of a second, ISO 64, and then done 6 focus points throughout to give me the final composition, which I'll show at the end of the video as always. But yeah, this is how my camera's set up. I've got very wet feet, which isn't great considering my diesel heater's packed up in my van, so everything will remain wet, but that's the trials and tribulations of a landscape photographer. Sometimes I think they're mad. But here you go. Here's the camera and composition. So you've got the foreground element there, which is very, very large in the frame. I'm using the 14 to 30mm and a circular polarizer. The circular polarizer isn't actually fully polarizing the water. I've left it at sort of about 20% reflections, just to give a little bit of silkiness on top of the water. And yeah, it's at 20mm, so we've got a 20mm composition, but the buckle is in the top hand, at the top portion of the frame, so that will be stretched anyway by the optics, the way the light passes through the optics, so it remains a sizable piece. And as I say, the buckle's on the right hand side of the frame, the foreground rock and waterfall element is on the left hand side of the frame, which then doesn't leave too much of the dry rock on the right hand side of the frame, which is a little bit boring and nondescript, so that's why I've settled for this composition. I would absolutely love some sunlight, but it's pretty cool conditions nonetheless. You can see the King's House over there, so if you're looking for this waterfall, don't walk too far up the path, and then just turn right. Hi guys, welcome back to my camper. Yeah, it was a good day too. Really pleased with sort of the compositions I found earlier, although it was pretty horrible weather-wise. I wish we had a lot more snow,
but you know, got to photograph what I can find. So yeah, back in the camper, time to eat some food. I'm going to have bacon and chicken with some super spicy sauce that I've made, and some vegetable mix, roast vegetable mix, and some salad with balsamic and was going to be extra virgin olive oil, but because my diesel heater is packed up, it's going to be a blob, and hopefully the food will melt it as you know, I eat. So yeah, it was an interesting day. Really happy to, you know, find the waterfall behind the King's House Hotel. It was quite an easy find actually, so that's a result. And had a nice sunrise at Rannoch Moor, and then pretty much the rain flooded in, so there wasn't anything more I could do. But I did find an interesting composition facing away from the waterfall, or sorry, facing to the waterfall, looking away from the buckle, but how well that'll work given the conditions, who knows. This has been in my fridge under the bed, so should be a-okay. And actually the fridge hasn't come on because the camper van was 3 degrees all night, and yeah, when I woke up in the morning it was all frosty inside, so it was definitely a chilly one. But tomorrow the plan is sunrise at Rannoch Moor, which is just across the road from me, and then I'm going to go and find the lone tree that's on Rannoch Moor, which is about 3 miles down the road, back towards, well, back the other way, and then from there I'm going to go back up to the waterfall, and hopefully there'll be some sunlight, and then yeah, I'll have some sunlight, and that'll be a bonus for nice composition on the waterfall, which I did find. I was quite pleased with both compositions that I found there. And then after that I'm going to go and try and find the meeting of the 3 rivers. Thanks to House Photography for the great YouTube videos he does on locations, so that's really helpful to go and find that. And then from there I'm going to go off and try and find the cauldron, and then think about what I'm going to do Saturday and Sunday, because I've decided to stay Saturday and Sunday, and then I'm going to mosey home straight after sunset on Sunday, which will take probably 12 hours I guess, so with a couple of breaks to relax and recover, because it was an arduous drive up here. And hopefully I've got a nice crop of photography to put online and to put on canvas in my shop. With Photovogue Studio, it's linked in the description below. And then yeah, think about heading back up when the snow actually does turn up. I missed the earlier snow in the year, so I'm really looking forward to coming back up when snow does hit again. But for now, I'm going to get my food on because I'm starving. And it'll also warm it up in here, given that I don't have the heater on at the moment. So yeah, so get this cooked, show you the end result if you're interested, and then watch a film, get an early night's sleep ready for sunrise tomorrow, which as I say is going to be Rannoch Moor. So yeah, looking forward to that. That's got me super hungry, but the alarm's going to go off in a minute. Put some concocted nuclear sauce on. That'll keep me warm overnight. Make me sweat. And then yeah, settle down for a film for now. I'm going to let that cook away. Yeah, so very happy that I decided during the summer period to convert a camper over. My mate Rob Woolf from Woolf Photography, excuse that, that's an alarm in my shop. Rob Woolf Photography, based in Holland-on-Sea, fantastic photographer. I'll ping you the links in the description below. I'll put the links in the description below. He's got a lovely camper that he converted a few years ago, and I thought, oh, it'd be great just to have one to get out for photographic trips. And here we are. I'm really happy with the conversion, considering it was a DIY conversion. And yeah, this is my first real solo trip at distance for photography. As I said to you before, the photography I bring home will go up in the gallery that I own in Kodovo, called the Driftwood Gallery, along with other artists and photographers who exhibit their work. And I'll be coming back up here in March for the lads trip, which is Mark Rivers, Rob Wolf and myself. Have a good laugh, drink some whiskey, maybe do a photo or two, fall in the river, sink in a bog. Yeah, generally have a laugh, but usually come away with some good photography as well, so super looking forward to that trip. I've got a wedding on the 25th, so we're going to have to delay it by one day, so 25th of March, but that's cool, it's worth it. Right, we're almost done here, so a little bit of balsamic on there. I won't put any olive oil, I'll just use the oil that's in the pan along with the juices. Yeah, look forward to a good lunch. A little bit of olive oil. The temperature in the van's 18 degrees now, or 19 degrees, thanks to the cooking in the kettle on. So I've got carbon monoxide meter and a fire alarm, fire extinguisher in the back, and the window's open. Oh yeah. Oh, that's looking good. Sounding good too. I think we're pretty much there on that, so I'm just going to close that and let that finish cooking on the residual heat. Now we have got a bit of olive oil at the top, just enough to Sprinkle on there. Perfect. Dinner is served. Wow. Love smoked bacon with spices, really nice. Yeah, perfect. Done job. Bon appetit.